Hi, everyone. You're watching DeFi Talks with DeFi Dad. Hey, thanks for joining us. It's Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. Today, I am joined by DeFi Land Erwin, who is a co-founder of DeFi Land. DeFi Land is a gamified DeFi platform. It's been out, I think, for close to 6 months now, but been in building for well over a year. I've actually had the privilege of getting to know the team and being a part of the community and working on DeFi Land. So this will be a lot of fun for us to sort of walk through the platform today. But Erwin, how you doing? Thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for inviting me here. Thanks for a great intro, and thanks for having this podcast interview. I'm super happy to be here, and indeed, we've been building over 1 year, having live for over 6 months. So yeah, pretty excited to show the people what we have been building and just share some thoughts about DeFi Land.
Absolutely. And full disclosure before we get started, my team at Fourth Revolution Capital, we have been advisors to DeFi Land. So we do have exposure to the DFL token. This isn't a recommendation or endorsement to invest in that token. We're going to strictly talk about the game and how one can basically play games which are currently built on Solana and are also being built on other chains, including some Ethereum L2s, hopefully in the near future. But then what's really interesting about the platform, what drew me in as DeFi Dad is, I have experienced firsthand, of course, getting to learn all these different DeFi applications, and they're just not easy to learn. There's a lot of nuances which we've inherited from traditional finance. And so what's really refreshing about DeFi Land is that, you're able to just play a game, which it feels a lot like Farmville, and we'll kind of show you here in a second. So it's a little bit more fun just to show it off versus talk about it. But Erwin, why don't we start with your background before we dive into DeFi Land? How did you get started in crypto? Like, what was your background before building DeFi Land?
Indeed. So we've been really involved in all different industries, starting from the finance, gamification, gaming, esports, like the AI, and like a lot of different things. And the team that we have, the core team, we have been building together for almost 6+ years together. We're coming from the same school, same universities, and then we have been basically working all the way up just since we were kids. Like we started from the hackathons, like contests, startup contests, and stuff like those. And basically, before jumping on crypto, so we basically become really active in crypto since 2017. And basically, we before that were super active in the machine learning and computer vision, as well as in the financial industry. So most of us were working on the startup that we had with we were working with AWS, NVIDIA, Microsoft, HoloLens, some really great names out there. And basically, after 2018, we got kind of super wrecked with the crash of the market, and we had like really bad coins by the time holding, and we were kind of giving up. But since DeFi summer, we got really heavily involved in DeFi, and because of that, DeFi's NFTs kind of became part of our lives. As we have done a huge research how everything works, we decided to kind of have some kind of exposure ourselves personally to these activities. And because of that, we have spent countless of hours explaining DeFi and NFTs to our friends and family members, and they just could not understand how everything works. It was super complex for them to even get the idea of how swaps work, why there is no centralized entity behind anything. So it was kind of challenging for us explaining all the different things. And because of that, we had idea that we really want to somehow change and create something that would help the people understand how DeFi or NFTs or the crypto world works, while it would be just really easy to use, it would be fun to use, and also it would be kind of really rewarding to use as well. So it kind of felt like just an unreal thing, but we came up with the idea of DeFi, and literally 1 year ago, we just had it yesterday, the anniversary. just DeFi Land at 1 year anniversary, and we were super happy to have these amazing things built on in DeFi Land, like the staking, the game. Like we have been building many different things. So yeah, that's just kind of the story behind DeFi Land, and the rest this 1 year has been a huge thing for us, as we have learned a lot of from our experiences, and yeah, it's been an amazing year.
Yeah, I've got quite a few follow-up questions to that, especially about like
Yep.
lessons learned, things that, hypotheses that you built the platform on, and like, already like how we've seen changes in the market over the last, 12 months. But let's go ahead and show it off, because it's just fun to walk through it. I think you hear it's like a Farmville style of DeFi game, but like you got to actually see it to understand how it works. So let me know if it's okay if I can share your screen, and then we can start to talk through it.
Yeah, sure. I believe it's best to show to the people so that they see how it works, and they see how everything looks. So like everyone thinks that it's DeFi Land is just another gamified DAX, or just the UI that they can just go and have some kind of cute animals around. But like actually, DeFi Land is a game that you actually can play, and it's kind of getting better and better daily. So yeah, I would love to show those stuff. So yeah, let me just kind of start. This is kind of, you can go to play.defiland, that app, and it's publicly open. Everyone can. It's currently, we're in the beta version, and we're kind of creating and adding new features all the time. But you can already access the game like this. We have the kind of great background that we are changing all the time. And here is like the list of the wallets, as our game is on the Solana blockchain. Currently, we are supporting the majority of Solana wallets. And personally, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Phantom wallet. You just connect the wallet, and you just click on the play, and you're good to go. We have
Yeah,
just
I would recommend, if anyone's never used a Solana application, try Phantom. It's super easy. And then also worth noting here, as the game's loading, so the team is building on other chains now, right? We've got, I guess, I'm not sure what the latest is, whether you had narrowed down the choice, but I know there's Ethereum L2s, there's other L1s, like Polygon or Avalanche. So lots of I would imagine EVM compatible choices coming in the future.
Yeah, so we've been building on Solana for one last year, and I believe we have kind of built a strong foundation, and we do believe the Solana is one of the best choices still. And but we believe that the future is the multi-chain as well. So we're going to be building on top of other chains as well as time goes. The end goal for us is to have to be live on at least 3 different chains by the end of 2022. We're going to see how it goes, but we do have some kind of, we have not confirmed the final decision which we're going to be going for in this summer, but we have several options, as you have mentioned, Ethereum layer 2s, as well as we have some layer 1s as well that have shown that they have a good potential. And we want to capture as many users as possible to kind of bring the DeFi and crypto to the masses. So yeah, we're going to be building on the different chains as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we could just start to walk through, like there's all sorts of games, but also like very familiar DeFi farms that we use just normally in like different applications, or like a platform like Zapper. So yeah, I mean, gosh, if you click around here, I wonder if we could start to show off some of the more popular games.
So yeah, first I'm gonna just dive into the more kind of DeFi part, like not the games, but like just the DeFi, but how we can gamify those, and then we'll be just kind of going into the game part, or should we just straight forward dive into the games?
Oh yeah, you know what? We could. Well, let's see here. Whatever's closest, we could hop right into a game. I look, one of the points I mean to make here is that the game isn't like you do this to be an LP, you do this to stake.
Yeah.
Like there is that available, and I think that was the point of the platform, is to make DeFi easy and fun, and allow someone to like be a little more motivated by a gamified platform. But there are just good old fashioned games here to enjoy. So I'm wondering, I haven't played the shooting game in a while. Is that still up? It's like a duck hunt type game.
Yeah, actually we remastered that, so I'm going to be showing you that as well. So just
Excellent.
explain. So you just explain. We have really interesting approach to play and earn. So first of all, we don't call this play to earn, because like we believe that games should be fun, and then on top of that you should be earning money, not to just play just to purely earn money, because that's how games lose popularity as soon as possible. And we also, the another thing is that we created, instead of creating one single NFT, for example the NFT character or NFT land, we created the idea that every single different game in DeFi Land will have its own NFT. So if you currently we have 8 different types of NFTs. So we have like five different types of pets, and also we have 3 different kind of tools. Like we have a shooting gun, we have a fishing rod, and we have a harvester. And those different games have their own NFTs. Because of this, NFTs have a really low entrance fee. So if you're a user who doesn't really have thousands of dollars to get started into to play and earn, and basically you have to spend, like the guilds are making the most of the money, because that's the reason guilds exist. We decided that we would not be going that way, and we want to fully be facing the retail facing, and we want the people to enjoy, play, and earn. So basically the entrance fee for DeFi can be like $25, something like that currently. And even if you don't have that money, you can, even with the free NFT play, which everyone has. This is a free NFT. Whenever you register, you're gonna get the NFT, and you can for free play the game. So I'm gonna just go and just play the shooting game as promised. And I have these 3 different NFTs, which are the epic NFTs, and you have like 4 different attributes, which kind of tell you how much you can score, or different power-ups that you can get. So I'm gonna just click on the game and just not talk too much, and just show you by the actions, I guess. So yeah, we have pretty great customization mechanism here, so you can kind of customize your sensitivity or your mouse, like the pointer, increase the decrease, just gonna choose the way that you want to shoot. So I'm just gonna use this one, I think green one, and just gonna start the shooting, I guess. So we have different kind of targets that you should hit, and the more you hit, basically, the better score you're getting. You should also reload, so you can control the amount of the bullets that you have in the magazine, and also kind of hit as many targets as you can. So I'm not the best in here. I'm actually the best fisher, but not the best shooter. So I'm just gonna play. So we have a timer.
Oh yeah. It kind of harkens back to, all sorts of games that we've all played. So this is just one example of a game where someone could get started for free playing this. It just happens to be built in this case on Solana, whatever blockchain, whatever other blockchains is built on in the future. It just happens to be accessible because it's built on that blockchain. I'm curious then, could we walk through maybe like an LP, something that's a little more complex, in the world of DeFi? Because you all have done quite a bit to kind of abstract away that complexity and make it a game.
Yeah, so it's like the thing I want to finish the game, because so we have like 45 more seconds, so people can see that you can actually earn the money. So even like I'm playing
cool.
so it's kind of not just for fun. So you can actually also earn the money with this. And we have launched our new Goldie token for play in there. And also you'll be able to get the DFL as well. So like we have 25 more seconds. So I'm not gonna being super active. So I want to show that even if you are a not really great shooter that you are getting started, you can still earn good amount of income that you can use for the upgrades or repairs of the NFTs and stuff like that. So we have,
and by the way, when you say earn, like you're talking about, so they're earning through the DFL token. So this is one of the uses of the token. I mean, in the end, I guess ultimately when you cash out, or maybe you could walk through like what's the difference between earning like XP or just points within the game versus when you actually earn DFL.
So yeah, there are 3 different things that you are earning. The one is XP. So XP is basically for the leaderboards, and the better XP you have, the more, the higher in the leaderboard you are, and the prizes you're gonna be getting. The second one is the Goldie token that we just got the 48. So it's basically like with this just one gameplay, I can play this for multiple times. It's something like just calculate super quick. It's just like 10 cents. So you just actually get the 10 cents out of just the 1-2 minute gameplay. And the thing is with just this slow gameplay that I did, and there also is a DFL token rewards that we are kind of super rare. And those DFL, so DFL has a way more use case in the game to be spent than earned. So basically, it's not that it's being inflationary actually. So I'm gonna kind of show you what actually people have been spending more, way more DFL and the Goldie that they are earning currently, because the game you can upgrade your NFTs, like you can see here. So you can kind of level up your NFTs, like just gonna cost me this much. So I'm gonna actually go and just level up my NFT. So you actually spend the reward that you got into the upgrades. You can also repair the NFTs as you use them. They break down, so their health HP is actually decreasing. So you should spend the money to repair them as well. So there are different mechanics to burn Goldie as well as DFL. So I believe that what DeFi Land is doing really great is that you don't really actually, for example, just everyone wants to compare with the Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity didn't really have much burning mechanisms, and it was just single one. I do believe that in DeFi Land currently we already have 5 different mechanisms to burn the DFL and the Goldie, and there are more coming, like crafting, upgrading NFTs, kind of forging, and so on. And I believe they're going to be really great use case for DeFi and the driver for the kind of buying power. And already in just like 2 weeks of the play and learn being out, we already have more than 10 million DFL tokens just by purely upgrading. And like there has been not any campaign around that. People are just genuinely enjoying to kind of play the game, use their DFL and the Goldie to upgrade their NFTs, customize their NFTs and lens. So I believe that's pretty great.
Yeah, so there's a few different styles of gameplay. One is you can just get started for free and obviously enjoy some of the games there, like the shooting game. But then there's also games that, or what do I want to say, parts of the platform that involve using NFTs, and others where you're strictly using like the basics of DeFi. For example, like you can create an LP and then stake the LP and earn that. So talk us through, what are we looking at here with seeds in the laboratory?
Yeah, so that's a great point that you have brought up. So basically, we, as I said, we've been trying to gamify all the different experiences. So here you see the laboratory building that we have. So it's called the seed laboratory. And if you go here, you're gonna be, maybe if you're a DeFi user, you're gonna be feeling somewhat like maybe it's gonna looks familiar. The thing is that it's kind of LP creation UI where you choose different assets, and then you kind of combine those into the one thing. So let me actually, so basically kind of we call that the seed creation. So you choose in DeFi, and the different tokens are represented as a different fruits and vegetables, so that it kind of feels more fun and it's kind of easier for the people to understand. And the thing is that you can actually combine different different fruits and vegetables, and they give you the seeds. So let me actually just go and just create something like the grape USDC LP, which in DeFi Land feels like you're creating the seeds. So I'm gonna just go in and create the seeds. And you're just gonna click on the approve on your wallet, and it's just gonna, as soon as the Solana blockchain gonna confirm the transaction, hopefully it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be just on chain without any centralization or anything else. We just got the confirmed.
There we
And
go.
you're gonna see the car bringing from your house to the seed laboratory both the grape as well as the broccoli, which is USDC, and you're gonna be creating the seeds. And we here we have the farms that I have already planted my plants. So if you click on that, you're gonna see that it's Ray USDC farm. So it's basically I have staked my LP tokens in this farm, and you can visually see those rewards growing. So here I have Ray is actually pomegranate. So I can see the pomegranate, and I can see that I have totally planted $1.69 worth of the LP, and I have already gained the reward of $0.1. So it is 0.1 Ray. And let me actually just gonna hide this one, and I'm gonna be planting a new one. So as we have just created the LP, so let me actually just so the thing is that the grape USDC that we created doesn't really have the farm, so I cannot plant that. But let me actually just create something like DFL USDC, and I'm gonna be planting those. So let me just.
It's very. I can speak to like having used it. It's very satisfying as you create seeds and you plant them and you harvest them. And it's funny too because like the seed in this case is just what you would normally do to create an LP, pairing two tokens together. But then when you like plant it in like this area here, you get to whatever, see plants grow, and then to actually harvest it, obviously you can collect the yield then, from like, let's say, some incentivized LP where you're earning some reward token, or it could just be trading fees. So yeah, it's funny how it just plays tricks on your mind, because again, I'm used to using DeFi on like, Zapper, but in this case, it just turns it into a little bit more of a fun game.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the thing is that we are kind of trying to kind of have these really small details that make sense. I'm not sure if you can hear the sound of the UI and stuff, but it's kind of satisfying as well. As well as like everyone is joking on like they buying the Lambo with their first money in the crypto. We have the Lambo harvesters as well in here, so we're having some kind of references all around, so people can who are new to crypto and DeFi can have the references, all the memes and all the CT things going, so like they kind of feel native in here. So we're trying to kind of make that fun. And as I have shown, so we have just planted LP basically seeds in the farms, and they have already grown. So it's like sticking LP in the farms of the radium currently. And the thing is that in DeFi Land, you don't really access DeFi Land farms or DeFi Land swaps and stuff. We're running on top of already existing protocols, so like you don't really have to choose should I use Radium or should I use DeFi Land, because you can actually imagine. I'm not gonna bash on anyone, but like we are gonna gamify the Zapper, where you can basically access all the different projects and different protocols directly from DeFi Land. So you can swap on Orca, just plant on the farms on the Radium, and just do all the different stuff just from the DeFi Land.
Erwin, could you show that? What does a trade look like? Just
Sure.
so everyone else can see it.
So yeah, here we have a market building, and the UI is also like just somewhat the same as you might have seen. So I'm gonna actually be buying some DFL. So I'm gonna choose 3, and also here we have the road optimizer. We're running through the Jupyter swap, so you can just see like all the different roads that there are, and kind of give you how much you will be getting. So I'm gonna just go with the best one, and as you see, like if I sell 3 broccolis, I'm gonna be getting 448 DFL. So I'm gonna click on the swap, and I'm going to approve the transaction. And we're also integrated the memes into the games. Like we have like this trade offer guy meme as well in here,
Yeah,
where you see
that's
like,
funny.
and we are planning to add as many more memes as possible. So we're trying to make for the retail the best place in DeFi Land to kind of have fun, earn, and just kind of get used to crypto. So as soon as the transaction gets confirmed on Solana blockchain, recently it was having some kind of problems with the clock and stuff like that. But as you see, it just got confirmed. And you're going to see that from your house, the broccoli is taken to the marketplace, and the DFL from the marketplace is taken to your house. So we're trying to gamify all those little things which matter. And I believe that's why users really love to kind of interact with DeFi Land.
You would have to have looked at this 6 months ago, but it's just wild, all the progress that's been made and all the detail that's gone into this. And I do think like we're now that we're in a bear market, or whatever, I just said the B word, whatever sort of market we're in, I'm hoping that for those that are new to DeFi, that this becomes a tool to make it seem less scary, just allow folks to start to learn a bit more about how it works, but like through the eyes of a pretty familiar game. Because this is just, this looks it looks and feels like parts of Farmville and other types of games that I think we've all played. Erwin, anything else here you think that we should cover? I think we've covered I think some of the like major parts of the game.
Yeah, I believe like we can show basically just the one thing is that we already started building on the mobile. So DeFi Land mobile is coming, and basically people will be able to just play and do all those stuff from the mobile, which I believe is super massive. As like you'll be able to access all the DeFi activities, play and learn everything directly from your mobile, both Android and iOS. So that's a huge thing. And also, like, if we have a time, I can just show all this different small features that we have that make sense for maybe just the people gonna love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Here. So I will
yeah.
stop sharing your screen unless there was anything else you wanted to show here.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean
oh yeah, go
here.
ahead.
So yeah, I'm gonna just gonna quickly just basically rush as much as I can. So we have here the price feed. So you have here the price feeds you're covered in here. We have a house building where you can track your portfolio and just see what you have. Just gonna see top performers, bottom performers. Also, you have achievements, so you are getting incentivized for doing different DeFi and in-game activities. For example, like here is like plant a seed NFT, single seed NFT in your garden, and you're getting some achievements for that. We have a leaderboards for that for different achievements, both for play and earn and also free to play users. You can actually reallocate the buildings that, in a game that you have. Here we have a bank building. It's a basically staking for DFL. So you can just kind of go when we have gamified the bank, the kind of experience of the staking as well. Like we have a 3D environment for this as well, like with the secret safe that you go into and you can see your staked DFLs and stuff. Here we have some kind of memes in here as well. We have here the audio tower as well, where we have kind of integrated with audios. We have different channels for different kind of
That's
genres.
really cool.
You can listen to the music directly to the audios in DeFi Land.
That, by the way,
And
that's one thing that if anyone's watching this in the future, you're missing all of the sounds. So if you hop into DeFi Land at defiland.app, you'll right away recognize there's a lot of background
yeah,
sounds to like the game, all the sort of like farm sounds you would expect. But then, yeah, you can actually play music here through Audius.
yeah. Also, we have if you can look here, it's just kind of Sam statue that we have here. So Sam, kind of wise guy, kind of gives the kind of quotes every day randomly. Your salary is your company subscription fee to you. Basically, like we have some kind of random things. Kind of the Sam is saying
Thanks.
always. So we have a team challenges as well. So like you're competing in teams with different other teams. So currently we had the kind of fishing
Really
festival and
fun.
like the more you were catching, you're competing with the teams, and you're earning DFL if you catch some good ones. And basically, we also have this one thing. We have banners. You can showcase your NFTs on the banner, so you can choose the NFT that you wish to showcase, and basically just you're gonna be able to customize your land. You have pets. You can feed them, get the money, basically Goldie from them, the ducks, the cows, and stuff. And also, we have one of the most important things. We have fiat on ramp and off ramp as well. So you can basically directly deposit from your credit card account to the game, and you're just gonna buy Solana or DFL or the different token that you wish. And you're just gonna see your NFTs, and there are many different mini things that you can explore as you join DeFi Land. But if you have not yet explored, I would really recommend to kind of come in and just try to explore all the things that we have in here yourself.
Yeah, I am hopeful that DeFi Land is also a way to sort of like demystify, DeFi and finance for newcomers, but I think also to allow, oh yeah, show us this, to allow those two who are maybe like, the folks who have a more like cynical view of DeFi, whether they're from traditional finance or just whatever, picking up sound bites from uninformed members of the U.S. Congress, whoever they are. I think this is just a reminder that this is about making finance actually more understandable and easy, and I think fun for the average person. It's just we're really early, and I mean, building this has been a challenge, the last
Yeah,
year, just because DeFi is still early. I mean, we only saw like a mainstream surge of interest since summer 2020. And so we're just sort of getting to a place where, there's just that many more builders building new protocols. And I feel like you all have been sort of on the bleeding edge of this like hybrid of gamifying DeFi and, using blockchain permissionless applications to give people more access to what they want to do with their money. Well, by the
yeah,
way, I haven't played this game. What is the purpose here? Are we just trying to
yeah.
harvest as many crops as quickly as possible?
So you can see my mouse, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, basically here you have orders. So basically the cars are coming to the market building here, and like you basically have to deliver the recipes to these cars. So you see the queue here. So
Oh yeah.
basically this is the here it shows like what you have the stock in the supply market, and this is like what they want. So currently it has like its time
Oh,
before you
I
have to
see.
satisfy those. So you
Oh, that
also
is
kind of
really
have to
fun.
you have to harvest those, deliver there, and you also are running out of the fuel as well. So like you kind of manage like of the fuel, because if you run out, then you're becoming super slow. So basically, the goal is to kind of deliver as many orders as possible, and people have been enjoying this. It's basically a super new game. It's like been out only for 10 days. People are really loving this, and we have
Yeah, I
more
haven't
games coming.
played this. This looks really fun.
And
I mean, this is nice just to tune out, you know,
yeah,
versus
and like you can also
all the
use it
DeFi
to the
stuff.
music, to the audios while you're kind of harvesting. And basically, it's default. Like the thing is that we're trying to kind of have the games that are not kind of super competitive. They are not like super stressful. So you can just at the end of the day enjoy to play the game, just having the good sounds and just play the game. While also it's kind of pretty skillful. It's not like you just have to press one button. It's like there are kind of road optimizations you can use kind of to basically maximize the reward that you generate. So it's both basically fun and chill, as well as it's actually kind of really challenging to play as well. So like in just 3 seconds, we're gonna be ending this thing, and then we're just gonna see that we delivered 19 and it just failed 5 different things, and we still got the 48 goldie, which is like more than 10 cents as well. It's like 12 cents, so pretty good income, I guess, just by enjoying.
Really interesting. Yeah, I'm curious too how many people end up playing games like that versus, you know, some of the other more like DeFi oriented games within the game.
Yeah, actually, currently, like play and earn is like super on hype as always. Like whenever there is new game, so people mainly are playing these kind of they're interacting with their pets, they're playing fishing, harvesting, shooting games, but also like 75% of those are using the swapping and LP and the farming functions as well. So there are more users playing the game, but also 75% of them are using those things. And
Mhm.
we actually have just crossed 10,000 daily active user count. So I'm super happy for that. And I believe as
That's
we go
awesome.
for mobile and for the multi chain, I believe this number will be going up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so early still. I just obviously like these numbers. I'm sure we'll look back at this in the future and sort of laugh about it. But it is it's a real milestone actually to reach like 10,000 daily active users right now, just given how early we are. Erwin, I've just got one last question for you. Then it's very broad. What are some of the lessons you've learned over the last 12 months in building DeFi Land?
Yeah, it's been a ride, and we have had our highs and lows as well. And there are multiple different things that we have learned by the kind of hard lessons. So I do believe that what we have learned is that not to chase the hype, but actually fully focus on what the community actually cares about and what they really love and want to see. So at the beginning, we were trying to kind of capture the hype, kind of move around with the trends, and kind of try to maximize the attention and everything. But at the other side, like the product was not being developed that much. And as soon as we actually realized that the community is the number one priority that we should be having, everything changed really well, and like the game has been developing really actively since that, and everything been going fine. As well as the thing is that we have learned from the other projects and market is that if you actively build and if you don't really listen to the haters, if you don't at the beginning we were getting discouraged by all the negativity and everything that we were receiving, and also like even though there was a huge positivity as well, but we did that we kind of focused on the building, and we have seen an amazing products who have been building in the bear market have been always successful if you just keep delivering and keep building and listen to the community. And finally, what we have learned is that the play to earn is not the way to go, and we believe that play and earn is the way. So the games that people mainly use to just earn the money will always fail, and they will never be successful. And if you want to kind of build a successful game that people will be actually playing in the long term, you should first create the game that people would play the game even without earning the money, and then add on top of that earning money, because if there are just everyone
Yeah.
wants to just get some money out of it, that's not sustainable. And we have been seeing in DeFi Land that even before there was play and earn, even before there we had some different multiple games, people were just genuinely enjoying to do swaps or how manage their portfolios and just do some different activities in DeFi and just to interact with different people, as well as just to kind of have these gamified things. And we have in communities like different people, like women age of 50, men like a married couple, like with their grandfathers and grandmothers. They are kind of truly enjoying these games, as well as we have like all different people from around the world. And I believe that's like number one priority for us, to not to listen to the haters, but actually deliver the really amazing product for all the people who believe in us, and we're gonna be showing that we deserve the attention.
Yeah, yeah. I also think it's fair to say that previously, I think a lot of investors were putting pressure on builders to sort of shoehorn in play to earn mechanics, and
Yep.
so I think recently, just I've seen like a return to some more rational thinking, and I'll say like myself as an investor, my team at 4RC. I mean, we always think like, how can we help, but also like at the same time, let you build what you're building, because I mean that's why you invest in a builder. You're there to support them, but not to what I want to say, like to drive the ship or to steer you in any wrong direction. So anyways, yeah, I definitely can attest. You all have really been focused for much longer on like building what is the community actually wanting in a fun game that happens to benefit also from being able to have exposure to different DeFi protocols, to make use of NFTs, to use all the benefits that we have with tokens, and using like an application that has crypto assets incorporated. So Erwin, thanks so much for joining me. This is, like I said, total pleasure to get to finally like walk through the game. It's funny, like we've been wanting to do this for many months, and I'm really kind of grateful that we waited, because there was so much in testing, and there's been so many improvements. So much detail has gone into the game, and obviously, again, I would argue we're still really early. So thanks for walking us through all of that. For anyone who is interested to try DeFi Land, you can go to defiland.app. If you need a Solana wallet, I'd recommend downloading something like Phantom. It's a wallet that I personally enjoy using. And then just a reminder that the team is exploring, and I think soon we'll be beginning to build on some other chains as well. So we'll look forward to wherever else there are options to access DeFi Land. And then also make sure you follow DeFi Land on Twitter, and you can find the Discord link on their Twitter account there if you want to learn more about the game. But Erwin, anything else you want to share before we go?
Yeah, I believe that's kind of the major part. And if you want to join the DeFi and play the game, or just kind of have fun, make sure you join the DeFi and Discord community as well. We have really amazing people in here with really talented people who are really always welcoming. So would love to welcome you as well. And yeah, that's it. I believe that was kind of great episode, as we have covered the major part of DeFi Land. And yeah, thanks for inviting me here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks so much, man. And everyone, if you come back in about 30 to 40 minutes, I'm actually going to be interviewing the Xerion team about a new product they launched called Xerion DNA, which also I would argue is meant to help like gamify DeFi, make it a little bit more friendly. So just getting 2 for 1 today here with gamified DeFi. So thanks so much, Erwin. I'll end the broadcast here, and everyone have a great day. Bye.
Likewise.